Concerning my private life, I've had some challenges with a mild form of cell phone addiction. For about 2 months I had abstained from reading Google News. However, I got sucked into doing this again and suddenly I read more Google News than before my news diet. Hi, my name is Julian. I'm a husband, dad and business owner from Berlin, Germany. This channel is all about living a rich and meaningful life. I'm usually super focused at work, planning my days in advance and proactively working on my most important tasks. If you want to know more about this, I recommend you watch my video How to be Productive Working from Home. However, it seems like I was much less in control of my time at home. There I'd spent too much time looking at my cell phone screen despite knowing this wasn't the smartest thing to do. Without going into much detail here, that affected my family relationships negatively. As a consequence, I decided to implement some changes. I realized that my left logical brain is very active while I tend to work like a machine. When I do that, I might suppress some form of anger that doesn't get out of my system. So what I'm trying to do is to get into the moment and be present. I need a constant reminder of how important it is to do that and get in touch with my feelings. To improve the situation, I set up a box where I can put my cell phone and iPad. So whenever I come home from work, especially on the weekends, I just put my devices in that box. Then, if I need the device for some reason, I have to walk over to the other room where the box is. There I can do whatever I need to before putting the device back into the box and walking back into the living room. Also, I turn my cell phone screen color to black and white. That's advice from the book 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Bergman. I also activated downtime from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. and using my cell phone is now a pain in the butt during those times, so I just don't do it anymore. Concerning my business, August was a good month in terms of revenue. However, I had to deal with a top client who reduced his monthly investment from around 3,500 euros to 1,500 euros. And I've had another top client with cash flow problems pay 28 days late. It was a bit of a shock to deal with those two issues because those two clients represent about 20% of my total monthly revenue. As a result of this experience, I realized once more that staying at a certain revenue level is simply not enough. Instead, a continuous stream of leads, prospects and happy clients is needed. I also realized that even our best clients could run into money problems. If it happens to them, it could happen to all our clients. When I look at the news, which I try to avoid these days, I'd say we're experiencing what others call economic winter. That's why I immediately re-engaged in some serious sales and marketing activities. I've been getting a steady stream of leads in the past weeks and months. However, I've been applying some strong filters, not making an offer to every new prospect. I'm rethinking the system I have to generate new clients. First, I'm studying the book Sell Like Crazy again. Second, I ordered a book about agency price strategies from the German Baulig brothers. And third, one of my account managers and I have already started to call up existing clients and some ex-clients to upsell them, cross-sell them and ask them for referrals. Seeing how 2 successful clients have been running into cash flow problems and a recession we are experiencing now makes me more determined than ever to grow my business and be prudent. At the same time, I decided to continue investing the first hour of the day in working on this video project. It still feels counterintuitive to do that because I could use this time to improve my business. However, I've noticed some advantages of doing that spilling over to my business. First, this way I tend to let go more by delegating more. That's because I want to free up more time for this video project. I also think more about how we can delete jobs that don't help our clients achieve results. And I'd like to implement systems for just about everything from lead generation to fulfillment. Second, it's a pleasure for me to work on this video project. I still do most of the tasks myself as I don't have a business plan for this project. And third, I've started to apply the video techniques I learned to record videos like this one for my online marketing agency. While recording videos like this one for fun, I don't want to risk using too many resources for this. That includes my own time and the time of my employees. If there's no money to be earned with this, It doesn't seem very careful to me to let my people work on this. I probably could define this as an infinity project. That's something I learned from my business mentor James Ramko. That means I could have my team work on this whenever we don't have enough work. However, we currently don't have much downtime to allow for this, serving our existing clients. By investing the first hour of the day in creating videos like this one, I managed to produce and upload one new video per week. I'm proud that I managed to do that. Before I decided to spend this 1 hour per day on this, I only managed to produce one video per month on average. That's it for this month's life and business update. If you watched this video until here, I'd like to thank you for your time. Also, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.